Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we talk about how can we improve the communication in our projects. And before we start, please don't forget to like, comment, share and to subscribe to my channel. This week I am in India for the infrastructure setup of our new office. So as I can't be with you guys to present my work, I will try to do my best to present it via video. So let's go guys. On our last week video, we talked about the MBTI test and how the test can help us to better understand who we are, and as consequence helping to manage better our projects. If you haven't seen this video before, I recommend you to check the link on your left and have. After the MBTI video, I've got several comments asking, how can I improve the communication in my projects? Or even, what does the MBTI has anything to do with project management? Or how can I make people listen and do their job? Just to name a few. And after reading all the comments, I got the idea for this video. To start answering the questions, coworkers are like family. Most of the time you don't get to choose them. And there will certainly be people around you that will naturally clash. By understanding your own style and the people's style you're dealing with, you can establish a relationship with someone more easily, become more persuasive, and avoid miscommunication. The MBTI is a very powerful tool that can be used to understand your style. When two people of different styles live or work together, one or both of them must adjust. If neither adapts to the other, communication will deteriorate, cooperation will decline, and the relationship will be stressed. And in a work situation, productivity will inevitably fall apart. It's mostly about coordinating the work among people with different backgrounds, preferences, and areas of expertise. Which means that it's really about having communication that works for the various members of the project team. Learning how to communicate is the key to success. By knowing how to find the right balance between the feeling of no communication and not to over-communicate with the team is vital. Every project manager has their favorite method of communication. Every team member has theirs. To communicate without annoying them, find out how the team member best receives and processes information, and try to communicate like that. If you're communicating in the worst possible way for a given team member, then it will become annoying. And as a result, your communication will become far less effective. And that's the balance that needs to be found. How to communicate without annoying, and at the same time being effective. The fundamental point is to understand that we have different types of people. They will need different types of action, and that's how the MBTI test is relevant and related to project management. And that brings us to the concept of equity and equality. Those are two strategies that we can use in an effort to produce fairness. But equity is giving everyone what they need to be successful, and equality is treating everyone the same. Equality aims to promote fairness, but can only work if everyone starts from the same place and needs the same help. Some people demand more attention than others. You cannot treat everyone the same way, because we're all different. For some, one email is more than enough, but the others, they get tons of emails a day and it will probably get lost. So a formal meeting is very important. So one key element for a better communication is understanding the people and how do they behave and how do they act. Let's take for example Bob. Bob has worked for the past 10 years at the same company, and a while ago he moved to the US. Every day is a challenge for Bob, not only with American culture, but also the way that the company works. Every day is a new day to understand how the colleagues works too. You might think that working for the same company for the last 10 years would help Bob. It is the same company, but at the same time it's a completely different company. Companies are a powerful blend of people, vision, capability, and culture. These things work together like the mechanics of a rocket. They must work in perfect harmony or they will explode. Some interesting facts that Bob did not realize before he moved. In a smaller company, he manages a smaller team. For example, if he needed a new server, he only needs to talk to one person and the activity is done. But in the US, to have the same server installed, he might need to talk to about 5 different people to have it done, and the 5 different people needs to talk to another 5 people. Also, the 5 colleagues will have to talk to each other, and that sometimes does not happen, even they're sitting next to each other. We have different types of people with different backgrounds, working in different time zones, different cultures, and with many other projects running at the same time. That was one mistake that Bob did when he needed a new server in the US. He treated different people as they were the same, and also he had difficulty to see how the new environment affects people and how his colleagues are different from each other. So far, we have seen the journey of Bob and how the culture can impact the management of a project. And also, we have seen that we need to treat different people in different way and to find a balance of communication that will fit for everybody. Now, the question that it's open is how to communicate to the team without annoying them, without over-communicating, and without micromanaging. Not enough communication is bad, but having too much communication can be a sin too. Over-communication has a negative vibe to it. What we want to achieve here is the balance. And here's where we start with the experiment to improve the communication in our project management, or with your team, or hey, even your life management. Learn how to communicate more. As you do, I'm pretty sure you communicate better. Plus, you have fewer annoyed people in your life. Practice makes perfection. And after seeing all the theory and example, let's put that in practice. First, I'm going to start a survey to test if a more tailored communication will improve the results in the project. A simple survey via email to everyone involved in the project to check how is the perception of the communication in the group. The communication will be divided in a few groups. The first group of questions regard the regularity of the communication. The second group of questions will be the method of communication that best suits for each one. The third group will be about the perception, over communication, micromanagement, and the fourth group will be about clarity of the project. And the last group will be self-perception, if they feel that they are doing their part, communicating with the colleagues and so on. The survey will be very short, maximum 1 to 2 minutes, and I will send the link once a month and control the result of everything, so that I get the maximum number of participants as possible. After the first survey, the action plan can start. The first step is knowing you and knowing the others. We have talked about this a while ago with the MBTI test. The second step is to plan ahead. Select the specific behavior that you adapt. The third step is to implement your changes and monitor the other person's reaction. Make mid-course correction if necessary. After your next meeting with the team in question comes the last step, reviewing the process and drawing lessons for future interactions. As you estimate a project, you can dig into the strengths and blind spots of each type to help you look for areas to emphasize or watch out for. By being aware of the pluses and minuses of your team, you as a project manager can work and control the best attributes while having a clear picture of the negatives that might enable your project. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will try to summarize what we have seen so far. The first thing that we saw was the MBTI test and how important it is to know who you are. The second was the importance of knowing your colleagues, people who are close to you. And the third is balance. The balance between the communication and the balance between you and your colleagues. And how we're going to do this? Through this survey. I'm going to send a survey once a month to everyone from the project and see their opinion and ask for comments what needs to be changed in the further communication. And I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time, for your patience during this video. And for next week's video, we are going to talk about the importance of management by walking and how this tool can help you to communicate better with your team. So guys, as I am not with you to hear the comments about my presentation, I have prepared this interview that I would like to hear your opinion and what needs to be changed. And that's it. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.